Okay, so dear students, today we will learn about the biodegradation of agro waste. Now, what are those things which we say it as an agro waste? Now, due to agricultural practices, a lot of plants, cereals, pulses, vegetables, fruits are regularly growing, and when they grow, the economically important part of that plant is harvested, and whatever which is left in the environment is considered to be agro waste. For example, if you say wheat plant growing, so we get the grains to make the flour and chapatis, but the leftover straw and dried leaves are considered to be waste, particularly agro waste. Now, we all know that in this particular topic of lecture 14th in the IP of PTY 164, we need to study how this agro waste can be further utilized for the usefulness for the commercial benefits for the human mankind. So agriculture, as we all know, is the largest contributor of any resource sector, and but it also generates a lot of waste material, and that waste material we will be seeing what is the biochemistry of that waste material. Now, agriculture, we all know that is also called farming, and which is the cultivation of animal, plants, fungi, and other life forms for food, fiber, biofuel, and drugs. So this is the theoretical aspect of the agriculture. Now, when it comes to agricultural waste, it is composed of, you can use the word agriculture waste synonymous to organic waste. Now, we will see what kind of organic compounds are there in this agricultural waste. So organic waste, in which you have animal excreta in the form of slurries and farmyard manure, spent mushroom compost, and agricultural waste. So it includes, broadly it includes three kinds: natural waste, and then it has animal waste, and it has plant waste into it. Now when it comes to field waste, it has weeds. Now just to share one example, that when you say wheat plants are growing, and the harvesting season comes in the month of April, along with wheat straw, some weeds like Parthenium also grows. Weed like Amaranthus plants also grow. So in the plant physiology, you have certain aspects related to weeds, but the weeds are considered to be some additional plants which grow in close vicinity to these main commercial plants. Then you have straws also under the field waste. When it comes to animal waste, yes, the animal dung, the dead bodies of animals is considered to be animal waste. And when it comes to agro-industrial waste, sugarcane, molasses, if you see some sugarcane industry, the juice is extracted out of sugarcane, and whatever which is left is molasses. So that is also we consider to be the waste. Now, how can we use these kind of wastes for the commercial benefits and in mitigating the environmental pollution which is being posed by such kind of waste? Now, in under waste management, now if suppose this waste is not properly handled, they can pollute surface and groundwater and contribute to the air pollution. I always talk about, when I teach in my formal classes, one example: if suppose these microorganisms would really not been present on this earth, good microorganisms, not bad microorganisms like corona, but good microorganisms like the microorganism which degrade this waste. Now this waste, if these microorganisms would not be present in this on this earth, definitely the lignocellulosic waste like wheat straw or paddy straw, which doesn't enter inside our colonies inside our house, they would rather have been entering inside our houses, because every year weeds would be growing, paddy would be growing, sorghum, maize, barley plants, big list of plants for economic importance. So all those plants, economic part is used, and then and the extra lignocellulosic waste definitely would not be decomposed by microorganisms, would be real problem to this entire society. So under waste management, it helps to maintain the healthy environment for a farmer. You can reduce need of commercial fertilizers by providing different compost. Waste which is to reduce, recycle, and make it usable to different purposes of waste management. Now, different kind of waste, you say in the photography, are you seeing the straw and the stubble waste because of agricultural practice? You have green waste, so it comes from the kitchen waste, regularly whatever we peel off in our kitchen and from the houses and from colony. It contributes to the green waste. Then you have dry waste from farming, and then you have roadside and vegetable market waste. So all these wastes are there. In waste management, whatever waste is there due to agricultural practice or maybe due to anthropogenic practices in the kitchen peeling or in the colony throwing, this agricultural waste can be composted and recycled to an extent, and it actually really proved to be wonderful. One microbiological biochemical process which you say it as specifically in agriculture, it is said to be as composting. Now, under composting, this organic waste generated from agriculture can be decomposed by the process known as decomposting. Now, in the process of decomposting, this process recycles various organic material uh, as a base product and produced a soil conditioner, which you say it as a compost. Okay, so entire composting process we will see, and in this composting process, you have good microorganisms. I mean, when I am saying the word good microorganism, it means good microorganism, not the pathogenic microorganisms. Okay, uh, the composition process is controlled by population of microbial community. I mean, good microorganisms from bacterial communities, uh, from archaeal communities, from fungal communities, and preferably they should be aerobic in nature. I mean, they should actually grow in the presence of oxygen. Okay. Now, composting organism requires four equally important ingredients to work effectively. I mean, these microorganisms can compost the waste into some useful product, which we will be seeing in the forthcoming slides. But for the composting organisms to grow on this organic waste, that organic waste should be having some good ingredients. I mean, it should have carbon, it should have nitrogen, it should have oxygen, it should have the presence of water. And the most efficient composting process, I mean, if you see, it should the waste which you are taking for recycling some into useful product, the carbon nitrogen ratio should be 25 is to 1. So very high percentage of carbon should be there in this in this organic waste, so that the microorganisms which is useful in the composting process should work efficiently. Now, in the process of composting, the proper mixture of water, the oxygen, the carbon, and nitrogen should be mixed. And those microorganisms, I will be very much specifically examples of those microorganisms. I'll focus good microorganisms. Those microorganisms which are able to break down this complex organic matter to produce compost. Okay, and during composting, yes, physically speaking, exothermic reactions takes place, and during this composting, three temperature phases we'll be seeing. Temperature phases related to three phases of mesophilic in nature, and then thermophilic in nature, and then again the one more mesophilic phase, which actually results into three temperature phases. So mesophilic followed by thermophilic, and then again followed by mesophilic. So as you all are microbiologists and you're studying this course, I have explained it to you earlier that mesophilic in nature means somewhere around temperature of 37 degrees centigrade, and thermophilic temperature somewhere comes out to be near to 55 degrees centigrade. So we will see all those things in the forthcoming slides. Okay.